Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. My question of today is, if you could only hold one crypto for the rest of your life, which crypto would it be and why? So put that down below in the comment section, and, well, you can really help out the video in the YouTube algorithm by pressing the like button. Did you know that? Helps a ton, and also make sure you subscribe because you can always unsubscribe and there's cool crypto updates. First of all, Gary Gensler hearing. Not only XRP, is Ethereum also a target of the SEC? This article I wanted to cover a couple of hours ago already, but I needed to do a little bit more research, a little bit more digging, because I think if we're going to talk about the SEC and Ethereum in that sense, we need to be educated on everything, right? We need to know our facts before we can make a judgment and quote on that. But before I guess we get into the whole regulatory serious stuff, let's first take a little quick look at the price. Bitcoin just went to about $52.6 thousand, and now at the time of recording is already down about 2,000 to about 5.6. Right now it's again at 5.8, but it went pretty crazy over the last hour or so with a huge dump. Same thing for almost any other crypto. If you just look through the list, you'll find most cryptos have actually fallen. And if you're wondering, this here is Prime XBT. It's the website I am using right now for my crypto trading, mostly if I'm doing some leverage stuff. There's more features, but I don't really use them. I just use it for leverage trading because Binance likes to mess with my account. And there's also, I think, a depositing bonus, but you just check it out. I don't even know if it's available in the US. Then you have to use a VPN. But talking about the current situation, Gary Gensler's hearing paints a rather bleak future for the crypto space in the US, as he could continue to regulate with litigation. Not only XRP, but also Ethereum could be targeted by the SEC. And this article was actually mostly written with Jeremy Hogan, so that XRP type of attorney on YouTube, Legal Briefs, I think is the name, of his video. Basically, I think they just took a look at the video and then decided to make kind of a transcripted freaking article about it. However, it is good because what he said was, I never like to come across too negative on this vlog, but the truth is that the risk alert issued last week along Gensler's testimony today is really a disappointment to me. I see a lot of clouds on the horizon in the crypto world. And then for a long time during the Gary Gensler hearing, the conversation was not about blockchain or crypto. However, after more than an hour, a senator asked what the US Congress and SEC can do to create a forward-thinking regulatory framework. Gensler responded with a platitude, spinning the question as to how the SEC under him will ensure investor protections from companies. I quote, I think as I teach at MIT on these subjects that these innovations have been a catalyst for change. Bitcoin and other crypto have brought new thinking to payments and financial inclusion, but they've also raised new issues of investor protection that we'll still need to attend to. If confirmed at the SEC, I will work with my fellow commissioners to promote the new innovation, but also at the core, make sure for investor protection. If something were a security, for instance, it comes under the securities law, it comes under the SEC. If those exchanges that trade those, and then it basically ended. A Tennessee senator also asked the incoming SEC chair about his approach to digital assets. Gensler said he will treat crypto in a technology-neutral manner. According to Hogan, this will mean that he will treat blockchains and DLT like any other company or security, putting them all into the old pigeonholes. Specifically, Gensler responded, it's always important to update our market oversight to new technologies, but I believe for the most to be technology neutral. I say this because these new technology cryptocurrencies are potentially and potentially CBDCs. It's important to stay true to our principles of investor protection. So I think at the SEC, it's really to the extent somebody is offering an investment contract in security that's under the SEC's remit and exchanges that operate there. If not, it's a commodity as Bitcoin has been deemed. So I've actually talked about most of this before, right? But hear me out on this one. So what I thought about when reading through this is, well, he's actually not necessarily saying anything negative, not necessarily saying anything positive, but it's up to us to kind of decipher if he is staying true to the core because he's afraid otherwise he wouldn't become the member, basically, or if he is saying this because, he just really likes it that way. He's just a really conservative type of guy. Because we know with his talks over at MIT that he's a progressive and forward-thinking individual. But even his own stance doesn't have to be reflected by his SEC chair seat, right? It could have been different. And kind of reading into this and thinking about it, I'm wondering exactly what his point is that he's trying to make, because what Hogan here says is that, well, he is going to look at it in a technology neutral manner, which is quote unquote negative because it's putting everything into the same pigeonholes. And I think about it differently potentially, because thinking about these cryptos in a technologically neutral manner could actually still be very positive, because it still might be different than how the previous ones would have done it. A technologically neutral manner can still, even though you might call it like, okay, so that's no difference between crypto, DOT, and other financial systems, or maybe not in the literal sense, but because of his later lines saying, again, that he'll just look at it from, is it an investment contract? Yes, okay, then it's necessary, yada, yada. It's always the same freaking thing. I mean, why does it matter what exactly he was going to say? The only thing he is not saying is, we'll make a new rule book for crypto. But saying he's going to be neutral on technology and not make any exceptions for it, that's not a real different thing. I mean, I think personally that he couldn't have done anything else. Because you got to think about it the way too, right? He wants to become this member. He wants the chair, basically. If he's going to all of a sudden say, I want to reform everything, I want to go crazy, I want to go and make a new rulebook for crypto, this, that, I don't think they're going to like him too much. So I can personally see a couple of reasons as well why he decided to go for this type of manner to actually get the chair, and then potentially with his own views, try to change it a little bit from the inside out. Could also be he doesn't dare, he doesn't want to. Maybe he's just all of a sudden got some, some fart in his brain. He's like, no, let's just do it this way. Instead of going for my own feels about crypto, let's just do it in a really other conservative manner. We don't really know. But what we do know is that cryptos are not inherently safe anymore with him as the head. It's not a really positive thing that he's out there. It's just progressive that he knows crypto, but it's not necessarily progressive for a new Ripple test, a new XRP test, a new nothing like that. And that might be a little bit of a letdown. I'm not saying it's completely disappointing because this guy is still better than Jay Clayton, but I guess it's a letdown that he doesn't want to come out for his own opinion, yet we still do not know if this is going to be negative or positive, as well, him saying that to the extent if somebody's offering an investment contract and a security that's under the SEC's remit and exchanges that operate there, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's logical that he says that because that's still the truth. If it is offering an investment contract, then yeah, it is a security point blank. I mean, what else can we say about that? And if not, it's a commodity as Bitcoin has been deemed. It's a little bit strange that he doesn't mention Ethereum right there, only saying Bitcoin, but it could also be that he agrees that all these other cryptos are also valued in the way that Bitcoin should be valued. We'll see. The senator from Wyoming, a U.S. state that is very progressive and where Ripple has recently registered a new company, addressed Gensler's point that the SEC has been a black hole for progress so far and whether that will change. Gensler also sidestepped this question of how the SEC can help blockchain companies, instead referring again to investor protection, which once more might be because he wants to avoid all these questions to just do and not really let go too much of his plan. Again, I'm just thinking out the box here a little bit. Finally, Hogan noted that Gensler's answer dovetailed with the recent SEC risk warning for digital assets, which is not a good sign for the crypto world. I would again like to disagree. It's basically a risk warning because they have to keep protecting because crypto is growing out of proportion. If they didn't do it, they're kind of afraid that more lawsuits would entail or would follow, and the SEC could be held accountable for some of these things. So at least they gave a risk warning, and now they're going to pursue a lot of different crypto. Doesn't mean they will actually win. They're hoping they will, like the SEC usually likes to go for, but it's not necessarily going to happen. The SEC could continue its reign of terror to regulate with litigation and threats of litigation. Eventually, Hogan said even Ethereum could be targeted by the SEC under Gensler's direction. Hogan stated, "He's been saying it for years now, but, well, I could or wouldn't hear it. According to Gensler, the SEC is going to scare companies into compliance, and that's going to be through litigation and threat of litigation. The SEC has been building case authority over the last couple of years, stretching the definition of what a security is to include everything, including Ethereum. Note how he singled out Bitcoin as a non-security but didn't mention Ethereum, and this is consistent with what happened late last week, the issuance of the SEC risk alert." All I'm going to say is we'll see. All right, I'm still extremely bullish. I don't really care. I think everything will work itself out regardless of what everybody's saying. And we don't really know what his motives are. We don't know if he's just a puppet. He has no opinion of his own. Maybe everything has gotten really, really far up his ass and all of a sudden he's like, let's think inside the box. I don't want to change anything. Maybe he's all doing it to get the chair position. Maybe it's something else. I'm agreeing here to know that we don't know. That's my verdict on this one. We'll see. Everything's going to be fine in the end, guys. There's too many big guys in this space. It's almost too big to fill, basically. Someone sent $243,000 in Bitcoin to an Elon Musk scam wallet address. A Bitcoin address that sent 5 Bitcoin worth $240,000 to a verified scam address associated with a fake Elon Musk website. It's just happened. Somebody sent 5 Bitcoin to a scam like that, and that is exactly why these scammers are still here. I'm not sure what else I can say. People are just really freaking dumb. What else can I say? Yeah, people are really stupid. So what these scammers do is they ask you, all right, you send me one, I'll send you 2 back. That's basically what they do. And those scams, really from Elon Musk, as you can see here, I've raked in $2 million in 2 months. This is 2020. Right now, I think in total, it's really gotten them, let's say, $10 million or so. I'm not sure exactly what they do with the money, because if you have so much in crypto, you can't really use it in the real world, right? Because all of a sudden you have a lot of crypto. How are you going to explain it to the IRS? But maybe these guys have some very smart way of legitimizing the money. I really wouldn't know how, because I'm not a criminal. But I really find it strange that people still send money to those ones. We've warned so many times, and even in the comment section here, guys, please watch out. There's a lot of these scams. Don't ever text a number. They're always fake. Get it in your head, all right? Get it really, really deep in your head. Then I was talking the other day about all my sheets and what I was building. Guys, you're also seeing another one here. I am building so many spreadsheets here to just either include in my YouTube membership or something else. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just share it in the Discord, because I've noticed those things really make my life a lot easier. I was recently talking about how much money you'd need to become a millionaire with XRP, and I can do the same thing for any other crypto. It's always the same situation though. All you need to know is 2 of the 3 things. Either how much money you want to have exactly, which could be $1 million, and then all you need is the amount of XRP which you want to accumulate, can accumulate, or something like that, and the price you predict. You could also do this in a couple more steps if you want to, but that is the baseline. You can just put into one of these formulas, which are just here. You can see exactly what the formula is. It is too simple to even waste time on, but all right, for some people who said, hey, send me the spreadsheet, just copy it for yourself. It's 5 seconds of work, I think. So just do it and calculate the stuff you want to calculate. Make sure you do it. But I also want to build a little bit more things, because my crypto tracking sheet is a little bit outdated, as the formula for getting the prices doesn't work anymore. I have to come up with some newer systems. But yeah, I also want to make some portfolio tracking ones a little bit better. The ones where you can just maybe edit it a little bit for yourself, so you have an idea of what coins you have. That's on paper, basically, not in an app, because I don't like to mess around with apps too much. I like having everything for myself, not online, not with any other database or whatever. Just stuff on my own, basically. And that's also what I recommend people most of the time, to just keep their stuff to themselves. Don't share how many holdings you have. Don't share anything like that. And, keep as much as you can to your own, and don't rely on others, is at least what I like to go about. So yeah, I'm just building a lot of things. If you have any suggestions as to what spreadsheets you'd like, just let me know down below and I might get into it. And also, guys, this also kind of partially because I saw this one. Derek said, okay, everyone, in light of the latest video from The Bearable Bull, we need to start thinking really hard about what we have in our portfolios, because in the long term, the ones that are not regulatory compliant will be banished. I'll start a thread below, which he has a point for. And actually, if you want to come down on that road, what this actually means and what this is actually referring to is basically, regarding the Gensler situation, it's basically saying most cryptos that don't follow our rules, which again is kind of scaring companies into getting along with the rules, are going to be banned, right? Or are going to be outlawed or something along those lines. Are going to be fined. And there's a couple of cryptos really fall within their lines, and that's also where I always draw this strange line. I'm thinking always that XRP, out of most of those cryptos, falls within the lines the most. But I guess the SEC might see it differently. They might think, hey, XRP is really trying to get rid of the banking system. We don't want it, even though that's not the situation. So I don't know. It's a 50-50 on that regard. I think, though, they'll come out fine from it. But it also got me thinking, we need to really have some clear ideas into what type of portfolios we want and how we track them, and maybe also a little bit of a better community that can, that we can talk with each other about what coins we're buying and why. By the way, if you aren't already, go check out Discord. A link is down below. I definitely recommend it. And then I was also typing in Bitcoin. A ton of people went crazy and happy, mostly because the price went up. But, you know, it's a little bit of a bouncy, bouncy house right now. This is the 5-minute chart. It's been going pretty damn crazy, though. And also, whale alert, I just saw this 750 million USDT that was minted at the Tether Treasury. Some people told me, hey, this is not happening anymore. You see the lawsuit, yada, yada, yada. And I just told them, well, look at this. It's still happening. There's no stopping to this, but yeah. Guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.